The first Fantastic Four teaser drops on Tuesday. Emilia Perez is in trouble after a huge controversy. Is Chris Evans coming back to Marvel? McConaughey and Harrelson reunite for True Detective. And we got our first look at Guillermo del Toro's Frankenstein. Let's get into this week's movie news.
What is up, movie friends? Welcome back to Raiders of the Lost Podcast, the ultimate film and TV podcast. And this is the weekly episode where we go through all of the industry news so you don't have to. We scoured the internet, we read all the articles, and watched all of the trailers, so sit back, relax, and find out what's going on in the world of film and TV. True Detective reunion. I cannot wait to talk about this.
It's pretty exciting.
It's not exactly what you think, but it is a reunion.
It's fun.
It's really great, but let's get into the box office, and James, take it away.
Well, before we get into our very big episode of controversial news, holy crap, some crazy things to talk about. Let's talk about the box office. Dogman, huge release of the year, biggest so far. $33 million at the domestic box office in its opening weekend. Huge hit for kids and families out there. As well as second place, new horror film from, was this Neon?
New Line
Cinema.
Close.
Companion pulled $10 million in its opening weekend. Really solid for an $8 million budget. This movie also had a huge advertising campaign, huge marketing campaign. $29 million spent on marketing. But we think it's going to pay off for the film because it's doing really well already. It's getting great word of mouth. It's got great social interactions online. An $8 million domestic, it's really solid. So they really just need to pull $40-50 million to break even on this.
Once they break $50 million, which they can do with a $10 million start, plus international markets. And I think this film's going to get great word of mouth because it has a 92% audience score, an A- cinema score, and then Rotten Tomatoes is a 94 critic score. So everybody who's seen the film really likes it. It's now sitting at a 3.6 on Letterboxd. Letterboxd is a little middle, but that's generally on par with Letterboxd reviews for horror films. It's hard to get a great rating on Letterboxd with horror. But from what I've heard, it's a really fun movie, and I can't wait to see it.
I saw it last night.
You saw it last night?
Yeah.
What's your reaction?
It's really good.
Yeah.
It's fun. It's sort of like it feels like a mashup of a lot of recent films in terms of like the style and the overall plot. But it's a really clever script. Sophie Thatcher's fantastic in the lead. Jack Quaid is awesome. He's so funny. And the rest of the cast is really good. It's a clever script. It's a really good sort of one location movie, which is tough to pull off. And I think they did a really great job. Great infusions of technology in our day-to-day lives, especially with dating and marketing and stuff like that. So I think overall it was a really solid film, really good start to the year.
So the marketing team has been in overdrive the last 3 weeks. So the report said that the interest in the film was pretty low 3 weeks ago, and the projections were the film was going to make under $5 million. But their marketing went into high gear these past 3 weeks, and they bumped the initial gross up to $10 million. So it was projected at under $5 million 3 weeks ago, and then it surpassed that greatly.
Social media, man.
Yeah.
It's the power of social media. They've been
all over the
cast
place.
has been doing all kinds of stuff.
Yeah. The great job. I think they did a great job marketing that film.
Third place, we have Mufasa. $7 million. This movie is still making good box office every single weekend. It's like the 48th weekend it's been in theaters. Next up, we have at fourth place, One of Them Days, still doing solid. $6 million in its third weekend. $34 million domestic total, which is terrific for that film. Pretty low budgets. And then Flight Risk, Mark Wahlberg, Mel Gibson teaming up, pulling in $5 million in its opening weekend. Second weekend. $5 million in its second weekend.
It's I figured it would be a front-loaded movie. It was number one last week.
That's right.
Remember,
with
$12 million, but then it seemed like all the interest was really front-loaded for an opening weekend.
Need a pilot.
Y'all need a pilot. not very good word of mouth, so people who saw the film probably are not recommending it to their friends and family, so that's why it's not having a good second weekend and dropped down to number 5 after being number 1.
Gotcha. All right, well, that's the box office. Pretty solid for the last weekend, really, of January. We're heading into February right now. And let's get into the news because we got to lead with, if it bleeds, it leads, baby, in the words of Lou Bloom's movie Nightcrawler. Carla Sofia Garçon has gotten into hot water. There's been a discovery of several insanely racist, xenophobic, Islamophobic tweets that have resurfaced. It's led to a massive controversy for the actress, and the Academy, much of Hollywood, has unfollowed her social media accounts.
Wow.
She's deactivated her social media. Big thing going on. And what does this mean going forward for Emilia Perez? What does it mean for the Oscars? I have no idea. My guess is because it's a 13 nominated awarded movie that they're going to center a lot of the storyline of the show, the Academy Awards, around this film and around Emilia Perez as well as around Carla. So I'm sure they're going to have to go into real quick rewriting gear because they already probably had most of their script good to go and been rehearsing probably with Conan lately because the show's in like a month.
Yeah.
And so building all the sets and planning everything, it takes a lot to go into this entire show. So I'm assuming that they're going to have to rework the entire show and rework the whole program. Will her nomination be rescinded? I have no idea. I don't know what the rules are with the Academy if they have the rights to rescind awards because of things like this happening. This is, I think, the first time I've ever heard of this happening. So I'm not sure what's going to happen, but clearly this probably is going to really kill the chances of this movie winning a bunch of awards.
Yeah, and we're not going to read out any of the tweets on the show, but you can, every outlet has posted them, so feel free to read them if you haven't. They are really inflammatory and shocking. It's really shocking, especially when you see the press tour for that she's been doing in interviews talking about, being a symbol for good and empathy and virtuosity. And then I often think that people who are very vocal about those things can actually have a darkness inside that they're hiding and trying to use smoke and mirrors to hide that from the public. And so I think this is an example of someone who projected all these things, but before they became famous, there's a history of really horrible things said by this person. I do not know what could happen. It's possible that they might be able to revoke her nomination. Maybe that will happen, but we don't know the rules. Maybe there will be like a Will Smith thing where she might not even be allowed to go to the award ceremony. It's a tricky situation with the press, like having her on the red carpet for the Oscars and being there presently for the ceremony. That could be a blowback situation for the Academy Awards. So they're probably talking about, should we even have her at the ceremony?
They followed her.
Yeah, like you said, every institution unfollowed her. Zoe Saldana also spoke out on it and said she's very unhappy with it and does not support anything that was said. And so she's and there was. Did you see that? I won't say what she said, but Gaston had a very mean tweet about Selena Gomez from 10 years ago.
Saw that.
And the things she said about Selena Gomez, it made I was just like shocked when I read it.
Yeah.
I couldn't believe it. And then in this past 2 months doing red carpets and
holding
hands and hugging, and it's just very odd. And it shows a double nature. We don't really know celebrities in their real lives. And so we'll see what happens. I do think that this was going to be I was predicting that Emilia Perez was going to win a significant amount of awards.
Me too, yeah.
However, since the nominations have been put forth.
Yeah, how's the voting work? Do they vote now or when?
Now they're voting. This is the voting window.
So how long of a window do they have? Do you know?
They have the 2 months.
The 2 months to vote.
Yeah,
send in your votes.
Exactly. And so when the first set of votes were for nominations, and then once the nominations are solidified, everybody who's an Academy voter votes on all the categories. And the way Best Picture works is you have the list of the 10 nominees, this year's 10, and you just make a 1 to 10 list of your number 1 to number 10. And so films that get the most number 1, 2s, and 3s get bumped up the list, and then the Academy goes through those again, and who has the most 1s, most 2s. It's basically who has the highest score, essentially. So a film could actually... Technically, a film could get 0 number 1 picks, but win if it gets tons of 2s and 3s.
Makes sense, yeah.
So that's how sometimes weird films can win Best Picture, or surprises can happen because it might not be the most voted as number 1 movie for Academy voters, but it could be the most voted number 2 movie for Academy voters. So it ends up getting the higher score in winning Best Picture. So that's basically a quick kind of rundown of how voting works. It's a very complicated process, but it can backfire and can work really well. I do think that it was a front runner. I don't think it deserved to be a front runner, but based upon what we've been seeing with the other academies, Globes and SAGs and DGAs and everything, it seemed to be the front runner for a lot of awards, winning them. However, I think that this controversy will prevent people from wanting to vote for the film and for her. So I don't think
unless they have already sent their votes in.
Yeah. So I think it's unlikely that they're going to win many awards now. I think it did hurt the Oscars. Good campaign
Absolutely.
for it.
I think it just hurt the award show in general too.
Yeah.
Because like I said, they were going to gear up for making Emilia Perez a real show for the entire Academy presentation.
Yeah.
Because, we live in LA.
Yeah.
We just drove to the west side the other day. I saw maybe 15 Emilia Perez
Everywhere.
billboards
All
everywhere.
over the place.
So it's a shocking thing. I can't remember anything like this really happening especially, a month before the awards show, a week after the awards nominations come out, and then a huge controversy like that. If someone remembers something recent, let us know. But on this scale, this big, I can't think of anything recently.
It's just the Will Smith slap.
But that was at the show.
Yeah, that was during.
That was totally different.
I can't think of anything before the Oscars that's happened.
Especially with a movie that gets 13 noms.
Yeah.
Like, that's if Oppenheimer came out and something huge controversy was happening with Oppenheimer.
Yeah. And this is not like a rumored thing that someone talked about 10 years ago that an actor might have said or done that's not substantiated and not exactly proven. This is like actual printed in ink on the internet. This person said these terrible things.
It's not ink, Anthony. It's digital. It's binary.
I'm quoting the social network. The internet's printed in ink, Mark. It went over his head. Sorry.
It's a deep track, man.
I know. If anyone got that, please make a comment in the Spotify episode.
If you'd invented Raiders of Lost podcast, you would have invented Raiders of Lost podcast.
Did I use any of your code? Did I use any of your movie recommendations? Did I use any of your Letterboxd reviews?
All right, let's get out of Emilia Perez controversy and talk about Chris Evans.
Well, quick. I just want to bounce off real quick. This is bouncing off because Emilia Perez was the France foreign language submission.
Gotcha.
In a fun turn of events, the Count of Monte Cristo, the big French hit, ended up getting 14 Caesar nominations, which is the French Oscars, which we thought was the best French film of the year. And so we're so glad that movie got so much love in the home country.
They're going to take away all the prizes.
Oh, yeah, it's gonna sweep.
Now they're going to take all the prizes, which they deserve. That movie deserves to win 14 awards. All right, back to Chris Evans. It was reported about 2 weeks ago that Chris Evans was coming back to Marvel as Cap or as his other character, but then
Evil Cap.
It's recently been revealed that he said it's not true, that he's happily retired. So I think there's just a bit of maybe misinformation being thrown out there to, throw us off the track, throw us off the scent. Is he coming back? Is he not coming back? This has been going on for decades.
Plants.
Yeah,
they're plants.
I don't know if it's like
story plants.
I wouldn't be surprised if he does come back, but I guess we should wait until we get official confirmation from Chris Evans or from MCU, from Marvel. They have not said that he's officially coming back yet.
Yeah.
So I think it's up in the air. I bet you he does come back, but for right now, I think they're just playing coy.
To compare to Downey, though, with Downey's situation, he did make that cryptic tweet about Marvel. He said, "Oh, that's interesting." Remember? Before they ever announced him coming back.
About what? If he
Dr.
came back?
Doom.
Yeah, that's so. I think they're testing the waters. Probably that seems to be what they do with their marketing campaigns, and it's just all teasing. It's all just ramping the audience up, getting people excited. That's all. What it's all about.
Also, I mean, people are making fan art about a character he's not even booked to play.
Yeah, and then they reveal it. It's like,
I would predict that he's not coming back.
I predict that he is coming back.
Oh, so you think he's playing coy?
Want to bet $20 on it?
Sure.
$20.
Handshake, $20.
And it's between the two Avengers movies, so we have two movies to see if he comes back.
The what are they called? Secret
Doomsday,
Wars?
No, Serial Wars?
Secret Wars.
Oh, Secret. No, Doom. Yeah.
Serial Wars.
I thought you said cereal. It's Doomsday.
Well, because you interrupted me.
You can
I'm
talk
speaking.
It's Doomsday.
Doomsday, and then the Secret Wars are over. That was the old King ones.
Avengers.
Yeah, you're right. Doomsday,
Doomsday.
Part 1 and 2.
Something like that.
Yeah.
Anyways, Doomsday 1 and 2. We're probably wrong about the second title, but one of them's called Doomsday. I know that for a fact. I don't know if he's coming back.
I think you're right.
To stay on Marvel,
right.
though,
Okay.
really, really exciting news. This is a movie I'm fucking hyped about. The Fantastic Four: First Steps. First trailer is officially releasing. First teaser trailer on Tuesday on Good Morning America on February 4th. F4. Pretty cute.
It's great.
Very cute. I'm very excited about this film because I am anticipating the most unique Marvel film in years. The aesthetic from what we've seen from, some concept art that we've gotten, some quick little snippets we've seen on the internet of leaked footage at events. This looks like they're going to get fully into a creative gear that we've never seen before from Marvel. And it's really getting me excited about the future of the MCU again because, I like Deadpool Wolverine, but that was very much kind of back to formula. A bunch of great characters, lots of fun, lots of laughs. It was a good time. But I think Fantastic Four is sort of going to be the Superman-esque film for the MCU right now because Superman's obviously the big reset button for DCU. I think Fantastic Four, that's their big reset button. Not Deadpool. I think this is it. And I think if they nail it, it's going to be a great journey going forward.
It's also smart to not do it as a Super Bowl trailer, but to do it on Good Morning America before the Super Bowl, because this Super Bowl is going to be packed with trailers, which we'll get into in a second. But to make it its own thing, the big trailer of the entire week, it'll basically be like the most talked about trailer for 7 days.
Yeah, probably.
until the other ones start coming out. So I think it's smart to stay away from the Super Bowl and make it its own release.
Because the Super Bowl is late this year. It's not till the 9th.
Yeah, usually I thought it usually was around the 4th.
It's the second Sunday usually of February.
Okay. First Sunday?
Not the
second Sunday?
Not the first. Well, technically it's not the first Sunday because today's Sunday.
Sunday.
The first Sunday of February.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's usually odd. It usually. Oh yeah, you're right. It's usually like February 2nd, February.
Yeah,
4th,
I think it's usually the first Sunday.
they pushed it another week for. Oh, because they added a game.
No, they always do 2 weeks in between.
But they added a game
Yeah.
to this regular season.
Yes, 17 season.
So it's a
17
longer
game
season.
now.
So all right, that makes sense.
But let's get into the list of Super Bowl trailers that you can get excited to see.
So excited.
James.
Well, I
put this
think they're
great
still
list
going to do
together.
the Fantastic Four one during it.
Okay, yes, but releasing it first
Tuesday.
before it.
But then we have Elio from Pixar about the kid who becomes the spokesperson of Earth, the leader of Earth, talking to aliens who come visit and they're curious about us. Looks very cute. Smurfs with Rihanna playing Smurfette. That's going to get its first teaser trailer.
Wait, is this like a reboot? It's just Smurfs?
Yeah,
no,
the
no
Smurfs the movie.
Okay.
Yeah, I think it's a reboot. Novocaine. Jack Quaid's going to have a great winter spring. He's got his movie in theaters right now, Companion, as well as Novocaine, where he plays the guy who can't feel any pain. Really funny concept, and I saw the trailer last night in the theater. It looked great. That comes out in March, but we're getting a new trailer for that movie. Megan 2.0. We haven't seen anything about this film yet from Blumhouse. Megan. A couple little teasy things here and there, but our first teaser will be at the Super Bowl. Lilo and Stitch, we're getting our first teaser for that film as well during the Super Bowl trailer. Thunderbolts, asterisk.
I don't think you should say asterisk.
It's the title.
I don't think it's part. I don't think you verbally say it.
Thunderbolts, asterisk. I'm going to say it every time.
Capital T Thunderbolts, asterisk.
Getting a new
asterisk.
Getting a new trailer for Thunderbolts during it. Again, Fantastic Four. I'm very
excited. The Fantastic Four.
The Fantastic Four.
If you're going to say the asterisk in Thunderbolts, you might as well say the Fantastic Four.
First steps.
Thank you.
Another film I'm very excited about for a big blockbuster, Jurassic World Rebirth. We haven't seen anything but stills and BTS stuff from this movie. Finally getting a look at this film with its first teaser dropping during the Super Bowl. How to Train Your Dragon, which Anthony and I were so lucky to go to Universal's lot the other day, and we got to see 3 scenes from the movie as well as the trailer. So we've already seen the trailer. It slaps, guys. It looks awesome.
Anyone who loves the franchise, you're going to be very, very happy when you watch this trailer.
And Dean's directing it. He did the first 3. He's the writer-director of the trilogy.
We chatted with him for a good 10 minutes.
Yeah, he's a super nice guy. He's like this Santa Claus Viking. And he's putting so much love and passion into the live adaptation. And when it comes to live action adaptations of animated films, this one feels different. It feels like they really care. It feels like it's not just a cash grab. And they had this great way they're approaching it where their philosophy is pretend like the live action came first. So the animated films were after. Like, picture that the animated films were based off a live action you made. So go to the origins, really, of the story and make this feel like the first version of How to Train Your Dragon, which is such a great philosophy because when you see the scenes, when you see the trailers, you'll understand what we're talking about.
We saw Hiccup into this is his first ride as a scene.
Goosebumps, man.
That looked great.
My hair stood up.
You're not going to see, you're only going to get a couple shots in the trailer of that, but we watched the whole scene. That looks fucking epic.
It's so
it was
good.
Great. It was
so
great.
good. And we're going to finish off the Super
yeah!
Bowl. You know, in the fourth quarter,
Tasty.
my man Tom Cruise is going to be coming out for Mission Impossible, The Final Reckoning, our first trailer for that, our second trailer for that.
I can't wait.
Oh, my gosh.
I can't wait. It's not the Super Bowl without Tom Cruise.
I hope he lands from a plane, like jumps out of a plane from the sky and just lands on the 50-yard line.
You can live stream it with him while he falls.
During the game. He should catch a touchdown pass.
Patrick Mahomes is going to throw him one. That's great. All right, let's get into our trailers. There were a bunch of trailers that came out this week. 5 major new releases that are coming out this year. The most interesting trailer and also controversial is Magazine Dreams. Now, this is the Jonathan Majors Sundance hit from last year that after his controversy was not picked up for distribution, but a production company distributor did pick it up and is releasing it in March.
2023, January. So 2 years ago.
Oh, wow. Yeah, okay. It's been a while.
Sundance,
Time flies, man.
Sundance 2023.
Time flies. This was a hit at the festival, but then all the controversy happened and it just fell off of everyone's radar. And it will be coming out in the middle of March.
It was originally picked up by Searchlight from Disney for distribution.
And then they dropped it. And the trailer, it looks good. I think it looks pretty interesting, and it's about a bodybuilder who is falling into a madness and mania from his obsession with becoming the best bodybuilder and winning. It has vibes of movies that we've seen before. It looks like a very strong performance from Majors. But again, I mean, I'm not sure how well this film will perform, but it looks like an interesting movie.
I think it could be a sleeper.
Yeah.
And, this looks like a really powerful performance. And, yeah, Disney bought the rights to distribute it, and they were going to release it December 2023. But then they quietly gave the distribution rights back to the filmmakers who've been shopping it ever since. It got picked up by Briarcliff Entertainment, who most recently distributed The Apprentice. Mm-hmm. So, an interesting...
They love controversy.
Yeah. I mean, tickets, man.
Yeah.
Tickets and interesting films. Despite all the controversies around Jonathan Majors, this looks like it would have been a superstar-making role. It feels like a combination of The Wrestler with a little bit of Fight Club, kind of. The imagery's great. The shots are strong. The performance looks incredible. And it looks really intriguing. And I love movies that have to do with obsession, and especially when they take dark turns, which this one clearly does, because this guy will do anything to get on the cover of a magazine, to the point where he's destroying his body despite building up his powerful as much as powerful.
I get the Fight Club references. Yeah.
The Fight Club references.
Bloody teeth.
Smiling through bloody teeth, 100% in the grocery store. He's destroying his body with steroids as well. So I'm very curious about this film. Obviously, it's filled with controversy, but I think it will be a good performer.
Yeah, it could be a sleeper. Yeah, for sure. All right, next up, we actually got a minute-long new teaser for Alien Earth. Earth. Alien, welcome to Earth.
Welcome to Earth, motherfucker.
Boom! You just punch a face hugger.
Does he say that in Independence Day?
Yeah.
Motherfucker?
No, he just says welcome to Earth.
Welcome
it's a PG-13, man. It's a PG-13 movie.
Yeah, you're right.
Even though you see New York City blown up, it's still PG-13. You don't actually see any blood. You can watch a city of people being incinerated
in the White House.
Still keep it PG-13.
Welcome to Earth, bitch.
Motherfucker.
And what is that smell?
All right, let's talk about this trailer, which is another tease. It is pretty interesting. It's a POV perspective of a face hugger inside of a compartment of a spaceship, and it's like going nuts. It's trying to get out of the room, and then the camera pans away from the POV, flips it, so now we're reversed, and we're tracking out of the ship through the window. And then it's revealed that the ship is crashing through the atmosphere of Earth.
Was it a xenomorph or was it a facehugger?
I believe it was a facehugger.
Yeah, it looked like a facehugger to me.
There's a lot of, there's a tentacle tail flying around.
I love aliens, so I'm curious. I still don't love the idea of xenomorphs or facehuggers being on Earth again, despite, obviously, Alien vs. Predator. But they're just going to adapt the shit out of Alien forever, which is fine. It is what it is. I love the franchise. I love the monster. So let's mix it up, do something new. And... it's a cool idea. A ship crashes to Earth full of facehuggers. Let's see what happens.
On Earth, everyone can hear you scream. That should be the tagline. That should be the tagline.
But yeah, I think the marketing for this the show's been pretty good so far.
They're just rolling out very little teases, tasty teases.
I have no idea what this film even looks like, Yeah. It's a show.
I have no idea what the show even looks like.
Right?
Just a show.
Yeah. Hulu? Yeah. Okay, let's talk about the White Lotus 3 trailer. Looks pretty good.
Looks all right. I've never seen it, but it looks all right. Good cast. It's set in Thailand this year. It looks a little soap opera-y, but, people love it.
What's Happy Face? I didn't see this trailer.
This is a brand new show coming to Paramount Plus, where Dennis Quaid plays a serial killer who's been locked up. He's in prison. And his daughter is an investigator, and she's investigating whether or not a man who's on death row and about to be sentenced to death is actually innocent. And has he been convicted of a crime her dad committed?
Oh, that's pretty good.
Yeah, Dennis Quaid looks pretty cool as a creepy serial killer.
Nice.
It's not bad.
He's been getting a lot of work lately.
I mean, it's Dennis Quaid.
Yeah. No, but he has. He's quiet for like 15 years.
You're right, yeah.
He just disappeared.
Yeah, he was, nobody saw or heard from him for 15 years.
Nobody.
Not even his son.
No, I'm just saying, he's pretty quiet.
He was on a desert island.
Name a movie Dennis Quaid was in between 2008 and 2020, Anthony.
2008, 2020?
Name one movie he was in.
Reagan. Wait, that was last year.
That was literally 2024.
There's plenty. There's so many I can't even name them.
Exactly.
No, they just weren't like popular movies.
Exactly.
Hold on. I'm pulling up Dennis Quaid's IMDb.
Hold on.
Hold the phone right there. I'm pulling up Dennis Quaid's filmography.
What character is that?
I don't know. He was in. Let's see, man. Let's see. James says he disappeared. Let's see.
I'm not saying he was never in anything.
You just said he disappeared. He was in nothing.
I didn't.
American Underdog, Goliath TV series, Bear and Banjo,
Exactly.
A Dog's Journey, The Intruder, Fortitude, The Pretenders.
I never watched it. I didn't watch any
I Can
of
Only
this.
Imagine, A Dog's Purpose.
Exactly. So you're proving my point.
Workaholics, The Art of More, Drunk History.
Okay, so last
Truth.
thing I've heard of that he's
Vegas. He was in the Vegas TV
G.I.
series.
Joe: The Rise of Cobra. That's like the last big thing he was in, and that's 2009.
I'm just saying, he's been in a ton of movies. He was in the Footloose remake, Soul Surfer.
Who's the lead? Footloose remake.
Legion, Pandorum. Just saying.
I'm just saying.
You said he was in nothing.
I didn't say. I did not say that.
You said he disappeared.
I say he disappeared.
You just weren't watching the stuff he was in.
I know because he was in stuff that no one's watching.
Those are very proper. I mean,
You know what I mean, man. He went from being in Disney, the lead in Disney movies,
one Disney movie.
multiple.
Like what?
The Rookie
And
The Rookie 2.
the sophomore.
Anyways,
He was in the Rookie, then he was in the Veteran.
can we talk about Locked?
Yeah, let's talk about Locked.
We got a new trailer for Locked starring Bill Skarsgård
As another fuckboy.
and Anthony Hopkins. He just got that look, man.
That fuckboy look.
That skinny, mangly Pete Davidson
First
thing.
the Crow look, and now he's the blonde fuckboy.
So Bill Skarsgård plays a thief who breaks into a luxury SUV. However, he doesn't realize he's stepped into a deadly trap set by Anthony Hopkins' character, who is a self-proclaimed vigilante delivering his own brand of twisted justice. And so he's trapped inside this car that's trying to kill him, basically.
Yeah, it's a fun little high-concept horror film. Produced by Sam Raimi.
Cool, man.
Yeah, produced by him. Yeah,
Produced by.
he produced it.
He produced it, guys.
Let's get into some more Odyssey news. And Christopher Nolan's stacked cast is getting even better each day. It just gets better and better every day. New additions to the Odyssey are Benny Safdie, who was recently in Oppenheimer, Himesh Patel, who was in Tenet, John Leguizamo, and Elliot Page, who was in Inception, have been cast in Christopher Nolan's Odyssey. They join Tom Holland, Zendaya, Anne Hathaway, Matt Damon, John Bernthal, Charlize Theron, Lupita Nyong'o, and, of course, Batman himself, Robert Pattinson. An absolutely incredible cast. I love these additions. An eclectic cast of actors. I can't wait to see the characters they play. It's very diverse. You got so many different talents and actors with so many different strengths and abilities, great personalities. So I can't wait to see what all these people will look like in this amazing film.
Yeah, they're filming all over Sicily and Italy right now, or they're gearing up for it. And so there's a couple islands around Sicily that they're planning to shoot for about 50 days, I believe, in February, starting in February, March, April. Yeah, they're going to be shooting a lot.
Fun fact about that, they're shooting on an actual island that's in the Odyssey's narrative. It's a tiny island.
That's right.
It's like 12 people live on it, and it's like an island where he went in the story.
So Chris Nolan, practical filmmaking, ain't going to be using blue screens and green screens. I can't wait to see what they build. Apparently, they've been constructing for months now. But, you know, this movie's going to be so grand in scale, one of his biggest movies ever, which is a crazy thing to say about Christopher Nolan. But
they've been working with NASA scientists to create actual monsters.
Why do they need NASA scientists?
I couldn't think of like another institution.
Could have just said scientists.
Okay, just scientists.
NASA doesn't make creatures, Anthony.
But they could.
They
you don't know that.
NASA solves problems. That's what they do.
That's true. I was like, what? It wasn't a good joke. It was not a good joke.
I could tell that you were gonna give a bad joke because you're holding back a laugh. That's your holding back a laugh for a joke I think's great, but
I don't think it was great. It was not a good joke. It didn't work out.
It was good effort though.
I had a semblance of a joke.
It was somewhere there.
It was in there.
So yeah, he's gonna make real monsters with, I guess, astronauts, according to Anthony.
Terrible joke.
What's also cool is Tom Holland's officially the lead of the movie, is what people are saying.
Really?
He's the lead.
He's the lead? I still think that Matt's gonna play Odysseus.
Me too. Odysseus has to be older, but maybe
he could play Odysseus' son. Or like, well, his son's stuck on the island with his
chilling
mom.
at home. Yeah.
So maybe he's playing someone with Odysseus.
Who knows? We'll find out. We will find out eventually.
Who's gonna be the Cyclops?
I think Benny Safdie is going to be the Cyclops.
That's a great choice. If you're gonna have someone in this cast play a Cyclops, I think Safdie's
How is Chris going to do the Cyclops stuff?
Prosthetics.
No, but I mean, I'm not talking about the eye. I'm talking about
The filming?
Yeah, there's like a giant being with humans, but make it shot in lens.
NASA.
NASA.
That's what NASA's
That's
for.
where you come in. That's a reference to LEG.
That's where you come in.
LEG in the house where...
He's asking for investments for ice cream gloves.
No. It's the hoverboard. So
hoverboard,
he's pitching a hoverboard to some guy. And he's like, it's a hoverboard. He's like, oh, how's it work? He's like, well, that's where you come in.
He's like, Back to the Future.
He's like, I'm not an inventor. I sell products.
That's where you come in. All right, let's talk about Sundance. The Sundance Film Festival is wrapping up, and the major awards were given out. The winners for the top prizes were the film Atropia, which won the Grand Jury Prize Drama, Plain Clothes, which won Best Ensemble Cast, Best Acting, Dylan O'Brien for Twinless, and then the Audience Award was also won by Twinless. So Twinless is looking like an upcoming sleeper hit for the comedy drama category, and then Atropia sounds like a really interesting film about actors who their 9-to-5 job is acting in a live simulation, and whatever unfolds in that world and predicament.
I'm really curious about this Twinless movie, man.
Me too.
We talked about it
As
when
twins.
We made content for
They
Sundance.
should hire us for the marketing.
They should. They
Yeah.
really should. I mean, we should reach out to them, actually. Hey,
Yeah.
we're twins who host a movie podcast. Have Dylan O'Brien come on the show and the other guy.
Fuck yeah.
That'd be cool. That's the one celebrity that people have told me I look like is Dylan O'Brien.
We get him and Garfield.
Yeah.
Him and Garfield.
Yeah, I think Dylan O'Brien's my number one. But yeah, I'm very curious about that movie. It looks really cool. And right up our alley, being twins.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah. I can't wait.
Scream 7, guys.
7.
Lots of stuff happening. Matthew Lillard is confirmed to return as Stu for Scream 7. Also, Scott Foley has been cast as well. If you don't know him by name, he previously appeared as Sidney's half-brother and the Ghostface killer in Scream 3.
I gotta get a look at this guy.
Two previous Ghostface killers, the guy with glasses, two previous Ghostface killers
Gotcha.
have been cast for Scream 7. I don't know what they're doing here, what the plan is.
Do we have more ghosts
Are we
coming
gonna
in?
have 3 Ghostfaces?
I hated the Billy Ghost.
Billy Ghost.
Billy Ghost Thornton was terrible.
I don't know. Maybe that's what they're leaning into because the killer's called Ghostface. Maybe they're gonna do Ghost. Maybe they're just gonna lean into Ghost.
It just doesn't work though. Those are the cringiest scenes.
I didn't love them.
They were
because he was old.
just too old.
He should have been 20 again.
But also, then you're getting this movie. The franchise has never been supernatural.
There has been a supernatural quality to it a little bit.
The final Scream.
Yeah, the final killer comes back from the dead.
Yeah, but I always looked at that as like it's just a nod to old
like Freddy.
horror.
And yeah.
I just think that the ghosts talking to ghosts. It's like when a TV show, you can tell a TV show is struggling and they're just don't know what to do when ghosts start talking to the lead characters.
Unless it's the Ghost Whisperer.
Unless it's the Ghost Whisperer, that's the whole show. But like when you have characters who have previously died and then they start talking to your lead character, then you know the show's in trouble with writing.
Yes and no. I mean, Rescue Me was a great movie. It was a great show that had that consistently.
Well, they started that trend.
they didn't start it. Ghost Whisperer was the 90s, bro.
Ghost Whisperer?
Ghost Whisperer.
That was Jeffrey Love Hewitt in the 2,000s.
It was before Rescue Me.
No, it wasn't.
Yes, it was.
Rescue Me was the 90s.
No, it wasn't.
Rescue Me, well, Rescue
Rescue Me was after. It was post 9/11, Anthony.
Okay, neither of them were the 90s. Ghost Whisperer was after Rescue Me. I'll bet you $20. Don't look it up yet. I'll bet you $20. Ghost Whisperer came out after Rescue Me.
Like first season.
Yes.
It seems. Fuck it. Roll the dice. Fuck it. Fuck it.
$20.
All right. Ghost Whisperer 2005.
Oh, I won.
Rescue Me.
2004, baby.
Oh my God.
Let's fucking go.
Give me by a year.
Let's go. Let's go.
You're acting like it was like a decade later. You mean by 6 months, motherfucker?
Hey, winning's win. Doesn't matter. Doesn't matter if you win by 6 months or 6 years. Winning's winning.
I almost had you, bro.
Almost had me. Motherfucker. Let's go. $20. Oh yeah. I'm gonna win the other bet too. I'm gonna get $40 in total, but you owe me $20 now.
What was the other bet?
I can't remember.
I can't remember either. We didn't shake on anything.
Yeah, we did.
No, we went just now?
We just shook early in the episode.
About what?
I can't remember. I'll find out when I edit it.
I don't think we shook hands.
Yeah, we
right?
did. We did like a bet.
No, we didn't.
Yes, we did.
No, we did not.
We just did two $20 bets with shake hands twice in this episode.
With shaking
Shaking hands. We did it earlier in the opening. We were talking about. Hold on, let me scroll through.
I don't remember this at all, man.
We were talking about. But Chris Evans.
Oh, he's coming back.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. We won't find out for 2 years.
That's what I'm saying.
Oh, okay. I
But
thought you meant. Yeah.
We did shake hands.
Shake. Yeah, you're right. Yeah, I just totally forgot.
Yeah, thank you. You're boathead. It was 15 minutes.
I'm a bowhead.
Boathead. You're a boathead.
Hey, man. Sometimes you forget things.
That just happened.
All right, let's talk about Stranger Things 5.
Also, don't forget to Venmo me $20, please. Damn it. I'm getting lunch today.
I'll take it out of your rent. All right.
What? You and my landlord? Take it out of my rent?
No, because you sent me your rent. I pay the rent after you send it to me. So I'll take it out of your rent.
Just Venmo me $20.
I'll take it out of your rent.
See, you can't say that because it implies you're my landlord.
I am.
And you're
Anthony's landlord.
Stop saying I'll take it out of your rent.
Let me know if anything's wrong with the house. I'll come get it fixed for you.
I'll take it out of your rent.
I'll take it out of your rent.
Get out of here.
Okay, Stranger Things 5, guys. Exciting news. The Duffer Brothers have said the final season is like 8 blockbuster movies. According to them, we captured over 650 hours of footage. So needless to say, this is our biggest and most ambitious season yet. We got a couple teaser images of Stranger Things, most specifically a missing poster of Jane Hopper, a.k.a. 11. And Netflix has revealed with a secret tease that she is missing. You can call this phone number and it'll say, hey, we're looking for, Hawkins PD's looking for Jane Hopper.
Did you call it?
No. I did not.
Why not?
It's a show.
All right, let's move into M Night Shyamalan news. Jake Gyllenhaal will officially star in a supernatural romantic thriller directed by M Night Shyamalan, based on an original story co-written by Shyamalan and surprisingly Nicholas Sparks.
Romance meets horror. I like it.
I in my lifetime I never thought these two would team up. You
I
could
like it.
if you like you can't predict that stuff.
Jake and Shyamalan.
I think
That's
that's
an
great.
awesome combo.
Yeah, I think
it's
a great
exciting.
combo. Yeah.
Knives Out 3, everybody. Wake Up Dead Man, a Knives Out mystery. We got our first still of the film. First look at Josh O'Connor and Daniel Craig as Benoit Blanc. This releases this fall on Netflix.
And Josh O'Connor will be playing a priest, and you can see him in the priest outfit.
He's in a church.
Yeah, they're in a church. It'll take place mostly in this church.
Maybe he's a fake priest. Maybe he's a killer.
I think he's a real priest, and he could be the killer too, but he's definitely a real priest.
Why? Because he wears a costume? You could have gotten Spirit Halloween, Anthony.
Well, it looks like he brought Benoit into the church and opened it up before, you know what I mean? No one's there. It seems like he let him in.
Churches are pretty public.
Get out
You
of
just
here.
stroll into churches anytime.
He's probably playing a real priest, James.
I think that he's faking it.
What about Brolin?
Brolin?
Yeah. He's also playing a priest in the film.
I think he's faking it. I think they both went to Spirit Halloween. They got priest outfits.
Brolin's is pretty good. He's got the green, the whole, what do you call those robes? And
Like a bishop robe?
Yeah. No, just like the nice robes that a priest will wear. You know what I mean?
Sunday's
During Mass.
best.
Yeah. Sunday aways.
Alternate home jerseys. I don't know, man. I'm not a fucking priest.
But I'm not saying, you know what I mean, though.
Sure.
The nice ones they wear during Mass.
Oh, I know, man.
With all the designs on them.
Oh, yeah.
He's wearing those. They're green in one of the shops.
I saw that at Spirit Halloween, man.
No, you did not.
Yes, I did.
They only have the black outfit with the collar.
Bro, they have all kinds of outfits at Spirit Halloween. They have cardinal outfits. They have bishop outfits.
Well, his looks really good.
I'm just saying they probably went to
They
Spirit
don't
Halloween.
sell that at Spirit. There's no way you could get that on eBay, maybe, but not at Spirit. Anyways, a little bit of cringiness. Will Smith in The Matrix. I don't know how I feel about this. He made a new music video.
Well, it was teased a couple weeks ago.
Yes.
And people thought it was going to be a movie or a trailer for the Super Bowl, whatever.
Yes. And it ended up being Will Smith and Big Sean's new music video called Beautiful Scars, where Will Smith recreates famous moments from The Matrix with him playing Neo. Now, I honestly don't really like this at all, because Keanu is Neo. Ain't nobody else Neo in my book. I do not want to see anyone else, not Will Smith, no one else playing Neo, because it's Keanu Reeves. So I understand that he's having fun. I also think he's kind of milking the whole thing of him not being in the Matrix. But for me, that's Keanu's role. He made it what it is. So I don't really like inserting yourself into his role. That's my opinion.
I mean, at the end of the day, Will's always been an eccentric guy, and
we've learned more by the years.
Yeah, so, I mean, at first when I was watching it and it started, I was like, this is kind of weird. As I was watching it, it's sort of like a montage of scenes that they recreated, as well as fake BTS images of, like, they were BTS of filming this movie in a different reality. So basically, I think they're tapping into it's a different reality where Will obviously started in the Matrix. It's fine. A lot of green screen, a lot of CGIs. It's okay. I'm not enthused. I'm never gonna watch it again. I mean, I watched it. I'm like, all right, I did that.
well, that's over
all
now.
Right, I'm gonna move on with my life.
I'm just saying, there's only one Neo.
I know there's only
one Neo.
It's not as cringe as I thought it was gonna be. It's not terrible.
I thought it was.
It's not amazing. It's
like
okay. It's fine.
I didn't like it.
It's campy. It's silly. It's fun.
It's a music
he is
video.
milking
I
it.
get it.
He is milking it.
Yeah.
But I mean, that's Will. He's a content creator too. At this end of the day, he's
He's become a content creator.
He's probably the biggest content creator of all time when you look at it. The way he approaches entertainment, especially like the last 10 years.
Well, after Mr. Beast.
No, I mean, but Will. I mean, he's a movie star. But I mean, in terms of his movies being content as well. But because he tapped into social media and content creation so hard, like when he first started his YouTube and all that several years ago.
Hard. Yeah.
So, I mean, he can do whatever the fuck he wants. Yeah, it looks okay. It's fine.
There's only one Neo.
It's fine.
There's only one. All right, next up, we got our first look at our boys, Ben Affleck and Matt fucking Damon in Joe Conahan's
Affleck.
R.I.P.
You said Affleck.
Ben Affleck.
Affleck. The film for those old commercials.
Affleck. They stopped those ones. Oh, man, I missed the duck. The film follows a group of Miami cops who discover millions in cash in a district stash house, releasing later this year on Netflix.
Derelict, Anthony. Derelict stash house.
Derelict.
Derelict.
I want you to be the face of my new campaign. Derelict.
I'm all for this, man. Matt and Ben, after seeing them in Air together for the first time in a long time, on screen together, I want them to just keep making movies together until they retire, man. And it seems like that's what they want to do. And it looks cool. The image looks awesome. Matt looks sick. He's got this great, like, rough goatee.
Yeah, it's rough.
Ben's just being Ben Affleck.
They both got facial hair, man.
No, I mean,
they both have.
You don't see Matt looking like that very often,
Well, he just did Stillwater.
Yeah, I know. Very often.
I'm sorry.
He's usually very clean cut.
I'm just fucking with you.
Matt almost always is clean shaven in movies and clean cut, and
yeah.
But it's nice to see him like doing something rough. It's cool.
He's a very good-looking guy, so you don't want to hide that face.
Miami cops.
Fucking Miami.
They better still go to Dunkin' Donuts.
Fucking Spotlight.
Spotlight. All right, speaking of cops, let's talk about True Detective. So, Matthew McConaughey and Woody Harrelson reprised their roles for True Detective for a new ad to advocate for film and TV production to shoot.
To advocate.
What did I say?
To advocate.
To advocate for more film and TV production to shoot in Texas. The ad was written and directed by series creator Nick Pizzolatto. He probably used that money he got paid for Blade rewrites to do this.
No, Texas paid them to do
it's a joke. It's a joke, man. It's a joke.
No, I thought you were serious.
No, I know Texas
I was
paid.
like, you didn't self-fund this.
I know Texas paid for this.
Also, it stars Renee Zellweger, Billy Bob Thornton, and Dennis Quaid. And it's really fun.
I haven't seen Dennis Quaid in anything in years. Guy disappeared.
They found him. They found him, James. Don't worry. It's a great little 5-minute ad, and it's advertising tax incentives to shoot in Texas, which is great. And it's really fun. They're playing themselves, McConaughey and Harrelson, but they're taking on kind of the personas of their characters from True Detective. And McConaughey goes on to spiel about Hollywood's like the memory of an industry.
It kind of is.
It's really funny. But it was actually really well made and well written. And then they call up Renee, they call up Billy Bob. And what's funny is Dennis Quaid's actually like handcuffed to the back as like a criminal they captured. But it's great. They're informing, basically telling Hollywood and production companies film in Texas. There are a lot of incentives. There's so much land and space to use. Don't just always go to Georgia. Don't always go around the world. Don't leave the country for your productions. Like, this is a new hub for you where you can make great films, get a nice tax break, and recuperate your costs. And it'll be overall great for the economy, creating thousands of jobs for Texas citizens.
And cheaper to film because it's expensive to film in California. It really is. Cool stuff.
This is great.
Squid Game 3 news. We got our first poster and look at the final season. It releases on June 27th on Netflix. Season 3 will be the finale of the biggest show Netflix has ever had.
I have not seen the second season.
And then Death by Lightning, we got our first look at the film starring Michael Shannon as President James Garfield and Matthew McFadyen as the man who would kill him. Executive produced by David Benioff and D.B. Weiss.
Shannon has a hell of a beard.
Yeah, he does.
Hell of a beard in this. Also, Nick Offerman's in it with some huge mutton chop sideburns. I love it. All right, next up, very exciting stuff. We finally got our first look at Oscar Isaac's face in Dr. Frankenstein in Guillermo del Toro's upcoming Frankenstein film. This is him. It's a profile shot of him. He looks very excited. Looks like maybe his experiment worked. I think he looks great in the period costume and setting. Excellent casting for Dr. Frankenstein. And I'm just super juiced. I'm really excited.
It's an odd way to present that. A first look at his face.
Because I was going to say first look at Frankenstein, but we've already seen
the
a
monster. Well, he is Frank. No, but the thing is, he's giving like a presentation.
But I said it awkwardly because I was going to say the first look at Oscar Isaac, but we've seen his back in the first image.
Gotcha.
So we got to see what he looks like face-wise.
Yeah, it's his face.
Face.
It's nothing wrong. It's just Oscar Isaac's face.
I'm just saying, as I was saying it, I was like, while I was saying the sentence, I was like, oh, this is not the first look at Oscar Isaac, but it is the first look at his face.
Kinda, yeah.
That was the mental gymnastics that was going on.
But yeah, it looks like he's in a room of peers giving a presentation or something or speech.
He could be in an empty room talking to himself.
There's people in the background.
Are there?
Yeah.
Are there?
It's like a presentation room in a hospital.
I don't know. I'm messing with you.
This guy. I'm just saying you worded it oddly.
I know I did.
It's the first look at Oscar Isaac's chin.
I just explained
in Frankenstein.
We finally got to look at his thumb. It looks great.
Like it's like a profile.
Like that's Dr. Frankenstein.
It's a medium wide. All right, David Johnson, coming off of Alien Romulus, is a very in-demand actor. He has just been cast in Frank Ocean's directorial debut movie. It has begun shooting in Mexico City. It's currently untitled. Plot details remain under wraps. For anyone curious about his upcoming roles besides that, Johnson will next star in Waste Man alongside Tom Blythe and in Stephen King's The Long Walk opposite Cooper Hoffman for Lionsgate. So two other co-lead actors that are really great rising stars right now in awesome-sounding movies. He also recently announced to be starring in Coleman Domingo's directorial debut, Scandalous, opposite Sydney Sweeney.
Holy shit.
Dude.
Damn.
That's how good he was in Romulus. He immediately got like 5 movies booked right away.
Wow, good for him. He's very talented. All right, next up, we have the first look at Alison Brie and Dave Franco's new film Together, which follows a couple's move to the countryside, which triggers a supernatural incident that drastically alters their relationship in physical form. Not sure what that means, but the image is a shot from below of them. He looks to be tied to a chair, and she's like worried looking down at him. And it looks like there's also maybe some kind of it's out of focus a bit, the what's wrapped around him, but it looks like some kind of maybe contraption.
It's cool. I like when husbands and wives and couples star together in movies. It's pretty fun.
It's so cute.
Yeah. I mean, obviously Quiet Place, it worked out so well. So
this will be their second one.
Yeah, that's pretty cool.
No, this will be like their third one because they were in the Tommy Wiseau movie, Disaster Artist. And then Dave Franco directed a horror movie that they both starred in a couple years ago. And then this.
You know what I want to talk about?
What's that?
Caught Stealing.
Yes.
Darren Aronofsky's crime thriller releases officially on August 29th in theaters. I believe it's done filming now. The film follows a former baseball player plunged into the criminal underworld of 90s New York City, starring Austin Butler, Zoe Kravitz, Regina King, Matt Smith, Vincent D'Onofrio, and Bad Bunny. Bad Bunny.
Bad Bunny's also playing the caddy in Happy Gilmore 2.
Was that who that was?
Yeah.
I was like, who's this? The caddy looks so familiar.
So Happy Gilmore 2, Netflix released a new image, and it's Happy on a course swinging.
Doing the happy swing.
Yeah, doing the happy swing, crowd watching him, and then the caddy is Bad Bunny with a goatee.
I think that's
really
figure out
funny.
who it was.
That's
man.
really funny.
I wonder if he plays the son of his old caddy.
Maybe.
I bet he
Maybe
does.
something like that.
I guarantee you.
But I think that's really fun. That's great.
We got our first clip from The Electric State, the biggest film from the Russo brothers post-Avengers, starring Millie Bobby Brown and Chris Pratt on Netflix, March 14th.
Whoa, soon. Coming up soon. Mm-hmm. Next up, there's news that content creators are going to be big for Disney and Netflix. Streaming services are more interested in working with influencers on TV shows after the success of Beast Games. Beast Games was the second biggest Prime Video debut of 2024 with 50 million views.
Whoa.
Jesus. Disney and Netflix are looking to cast content creators in shows built around its IP.
Don't be surprised if you see the Raiders boys.
We're right here.
In a competition.
We're right here.
On, Cinderella. Cinderella's ball.
Let's not do that. Let's just stop talking. That's not the pitch. I do not.
Don't be surprised if you see us, courting someone on Cinderella's ball.
Raiders games. Raiders games.
Yeah, I don't know if we're big enough for that.
That'd be fun.
No, it'd be fun.
Raiders of the Lost Ark games.
I don't think we're big enough for that, though.
We could be the hosts, though.
That would be super fun.
Yeah. I'm just saying, that'd be cool.
Oh, imagine building Legend of the Hidden Temple, except Indiana Jones
It's Raiders
styles.
themed. That's what I'm saying. It's pretty sick.
But Disney doesn't own the rights to it.
Well,
Wait, they do.
They own Lucasfilm.
I forgot about that.
They do own the rights to it. You said Cinderella's ball like it was a great idea. I say Raiders of the Lost Ark.
I didn't say it was a great idea.
I said Raiders of the Lost Ark game, and you just keep putting it down.
No, I agree with that. I just told you it was a great idea.
Thank you.
I said immediately it was a great idea.
Finally.
The first thing I said is a great idea.
I don't think so.
It was I said, like Legend of the Hidden Temple, except Indiana
That's not
Jones.
the first thing you said.
I said it'd be great.
You said fuck that.
I said we're not big enough for that. That's all I said. I didn't say it wasn't a great idea.
So
I
great
think
idea
it's
wasn't.
genius.
So great idea wasn't the first
Anthony,
thing you said.
Genius idea.
Thank you.
Genius.
Thank you. Raiders of the Lost Ark games. Raiders games. I think it's a great idea. So it could be fun.
Kraven the box office had its box office end. It only pulled in $59 million worldwide. One of the lowest grossing comic book movies ever made.
Not very good. Not very good.
Not
I'm surprised we're still playing.
I think they're just trying to get what they could.
Since it is a weekly episode of Movie News, we have the weekly remake announcement.
Oh, really?
The Faculty is getting remade. Robert Rodriguez is actually involved in producing the remake of his hit horror film from 99.
I don't love that.
I don't love it either.
It's not that old. They're just going to ruin it.
Yeah, I mean, it's not going to be as good.
I love that horror. I love that movie, man.
Yeah. Great.
That was one, I will say, we watched quite a bit when we were kids.
Yeah, we did.
That was one for sure.
Depends.
After the success of Den of Thieves 2, Den of Thieves 3 is greenlit. Lionsgate is quickly putting together a sequel because they still got to make up for 2024's losses.
Yeah, it was #1 film.
Very cool.
When it was released. Next up, the Jonas Brothers will star in and produce a Disney Plus Christmas comedy set for 2025 about their holiday journey from London to New York.
They have to race back to get to the holidays in time.
No.
They're racing to get home for the holidays.
Oh, okay.
That's what it is.
Okay, gotcha. I'll be home for Christmas kind of vibes.
Kind of, yeah. And they're like, oh, we're not going to make it. Oh, we're not going to make it.
You're acting like you know the script.
I do know. That's the script. They're racing
We're not going to make it.
Yeah, that's the whole thing. There are obstacles in their way preventing them to get home in time for Christmas to be with their families. And then they have to get home to be with their families.
We'll see.
That's what it is.
We'll see.
I read about it the other day.
Oh, I didn't know you read about it.
I'm not making this up on the spot.
I thought you were. You never said you read about it. I thought you were just assuming.
I didn't realize.
Was that an alarm?
It was an alarm.
Was that an alarm?
Yes. I didn't realize.
We are arguing about the Jonas Brothers. This is so disrespectful.
I didn't realize that every time we talk about something, I have to preface it by saying I read about it, Anthony.
I thought you pulled it out of your ass.
I did not.
I thought you were speculating.
I'm not.
Okay. Where'd you read it?
Like Collider or some shit. Like Twitter, discussing films, I think.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's where I get a lot of information.
You said 3 different things, so I don't even know what to believe.
There are 3 sources that I use to find stuff. I don't know I don't have an index of. I don't source everything here on the sheet, Anthony. I don't have an appendix of my sources. It's not a peer-reviewed study or a Wikipedia page.
I was saying, which one was it?
Probably discussing film, bitch.
Okay.
Bitch. Rebecca Hall. is reuniting with Adam Wingard and Dan Stevens for A24's action thriller Onslaught. Now in production, led by Adria Arjona.
Fun stuff.
Super fun stuff.
I love Rebecca Hall.
And they have to race home in time to get back
So
for
this stops
Christmas.
them. They have to get over. Yeah, okay, I get it. You did read that on Discussing Film Collider, The Hollywood Reporter, Empire.
Yeah.
Final bit of news. There is a Robin Hood TV series in development from MGM. And Jack Patton.
I'm done, man. I'm done.
Jack Patton has been cast. He's an Australian newcomer in the title role. This is going to be a modern reimagining of Robin Hood. And I guarantee you, nobody will watch it.
Dude, the words modern reimagining, this I'm cooked.
How many Robin Hood adaptations have there been in the last fucking 5 years? Nobody watches them.
Robin Hood has to be period piece. Robin Hood has to be a period piece. I don't care if it's a remake, whatever. You have to set Robin Hood period piece. I don't care about a reimagining.
There's no way a modern Robin Hood can be good. There's just no way it'll work.
I mean, it's possible.
I don't think it's possible.
It's possible, but I just don't think Robin Hood belongs in the real world, in our contemporary world.
Me either. That's what I'm saying.
You know what I mean?
I don't think so either.
It's like King Arthur being in the contemporary world. It just doesn't fit.
Modern reimagining of King Arthur. It's terrible.
I'm good. I'm all set, guys. I don't need to see Robin Hood in a city.
They did that 2 years ago on CW.
No, that was like a Canadian TV show.
Canadian, yeah. Canadian.
Yeah. Modern reimagining. Just do it in period, man. Whatever. Anyways.
Like, is he going to use a bow and arrow? I don't know.
Exactly.
Is he going to be Hawkeye?
Like, why would he use a bow and arrow?
Yeah.
Let's use a gun.
Let's use a gun.
Just use a gun. Like imagine getting chased by a guy with a bow and arrow.
Because then we're just going to get, corrupt businessmen and CEOs. It's all the same stuff. Like, it's just like... It's
not rich people.
It's not even fun.
Yeah.
Not even
Same
fun.
thing over and over again.
Yeah.
I agree. And it's MGM, so it's Amazon. So, it's going to be... I don't know. I'm not...
Not enthused.
That's why I was laughing while I was reading
Yeah,
it.
I was trying to get through it.
All right. Well, that was a good movie news,
Eventful.
man. That was controversial, big topics, lots of giggling, lots of silliness. That was a top tier movie news episode. If you tuned in this whole time, that was the best of the year, I think. Fucking hell. What a weird year already, man. What a weird fucking year.
Oh, man.
First, the reaction to the awards nominations, and then a week later, this happens. Oh, my God.
What a U-turn.
But, I mean, Super Bowl's coming up. We got all
You
these
can't write
trailers
this
coming
stuff.
up.
You can't write this.
Freaking wild.
This is freaking wild, guys.
Freaking wild, guys.
This is like so freaking wild. It's
Anyways.
freaking amazing.
Thank you for tuning in to Movie News on Raiders of the Lost Podcast.
Have a great freaking day.
Have a great freaking day. Be sure to leave those freaking 5-star ratings and reviews on Spotify and Apple. Frickin' subscribe on YouTube. Become a patron today at patreon.com/Raiders of the Lost Podcast. Stay tuned for great episodes coming up. And take care, everyone.
See you next time.